Hello everyone. Hi, welcome to our stream today. Toby here. Apologies for starting I think this is 22 minutes late. Uh, so there were some issues on my end, so I actually delayed the stream because I was trying to fix some things. But yeah. Welcome everyone. Uh, to today's stream. Today we are going to be doing something really exciting. Talking about Uniswap and doing a few things on Uniswap. Before going further, let's start with a few introductions. Hi, I'm Toby. I'm a software engineer and web relations engineer guy. To my screen here is Mano. Um, do you want to show yourself?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Hi guys, welcome to today's stream. So my name is Emmanuel. I'm a software engineer, front end engineer at Despot. Excited to be here and yeah, hoping to learn and have fun while streaming. So again, apologies for like starting this late, a bit later than we had posted. So we had like technical issues. But yeah, I think we can like kickstart.
Awesome. Uh, Give me a sec. So I'm going to share my screen a bit, and I'm going to dive into Uniswap and what it's all about. Firstly, um, give me a sec. Uniswap. Wait. Okay, let me show my screen now. Let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen now?
It's loading. Yep, the screen is up.
Okay, great. So Uniswap. First, what is Uniswap actually about? What does it do? What is it made? What makes it what makes it super popular? Because if you actually ask in crypto, like if you ask anyone in crypto what Uniswap is, like they probably have like an idea or I've heard about it from like somewhere, somehow, heard about it from somewhere, or they've heard about it somehow, or something like that. So it's like super popular when it comes to crypto. And as you may have guessed, into marketplace you can buy and sell uh, uh, tokens and a few other things.
Yeah,
But from a dev perspective, how does it make any sense? We can actually test this out. So also, let's say one ETH to you can actually search that token to find out what the conversion is. One ETH is currently about 3k, um, three
I
thousand
think
seven hundred
your screen is frozen. Um,
frozen. Oh, I was sharing this wrong soon. Yeah, can you see the screen?
yeah.
Yeah. So I think like one ETH is like about 3,746.76 USDC. And a few other things. So you can search tokens, you can search pools and a few other things. But we're going to actually dive into what pools and all these things are in a bit. I'm trying to look for like their docs here. Maybe developers here.
Yeah,
So let me know if you can still see my screen.
yeah, sure. I can see your screen.
So great. Protocol interface labs to begin. We'll need to make clear distinctions between the different areas of Uniswap, or which may confuse users. So there's Uniswap Labs, there's Uniswap Found, the company which developed this Uniswap protocol itself, alongside like the web interface and everything. There's Uniswap Foundation, so a non-profit organization that supports development of Uniswap protocol and its DeFi ecosystem. I feel like this is like very pretty popular in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
It's same thing with
They
like
al-
Solana. Yeah.
yeah, they always have that foundation there.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it
and
labs. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Uniswap protocol, a suite of like persistent, non-upgradable smart contracts that together create an automated market maker. A protocol that facilitates peer-to-peer marketing, peer-to-peer market making, and swapping of ERC 20 tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. This is actually what we're going to be doing a bit of deep dive into. There's also
Mm-hmm.
Uniswap interface, a web interface that allows for easy interaction with the Uniswap protocol. The interface is only one of many ways one may interact with the Uniswap protocol. Okay, and there's Uniswap governance, governance system for governing the Uniswap protocol enabled by the UNI token. So yeah, we can actually just dive into learn about the Uniswap protocol here.
Yeah.
So is Uniswap protocol a link to GitHub? Oh, it is.
I think
So you
it
can
is.
actually find, yeah. So it contains all Uniswap contracts, is to configure and execute deployment as well as compile and update the briefcase or repo or package. We can actually dive into
They actually have
uh
an organization, GitHub organization um that has like all
docs.
the repositories.
Yeah, yeah, they do. So repositories here. So there's trying to see if they have like a proper docs where we can find so many of these things, because they have like for this protocol with like this contract, they have from like V2 to
Yeah.
V4, which is the latest one.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see if there's way we can just find
See a
their
docs
docs.
repo. Can you see a docs repo? When you scroll, um,
Oh, I see.
yeah, so the docs repo.
Okay, but isn't that the
So,
docs you just left now? Uh, yeah, that's the docs we were just on.
that's what I just answered. Pages, blah, blah, blah. Docus
Oh, okay. So then they have like but I'm trying to see if like I mean they have all these like links directly here. But I'm trying to see if okay, so let's see if we can view the DApp. I guess I think that makes a bit of sense. But let's go back here see what they have. So you can learn about the smart contract and you can view the DApp. Oh, there's like many of these smart contracts here. And also
Mm-hmm.
like set up your environment also. Interesting.
Swap code.
So set up your local environment. But this is currently like V4 for the
Yeah.
like latest one. So what I just mentioned, you should be quite aware that Uniswap has like older versions like V2 and
V2, V3,
like,
I think.
yeah, V2 V3 exactly. So let's see what they were talking about here for this overview. So in the overview they said Uniswap V4 inherits all of the capital efficiency gains of Uniswap V3, but provides flexibility via
Yeah.
hooks and gas optimizations across the entire life cycle. So for additional information, we can just read the white paper to like get that context on what they
Mm-hmm.
meant by inheriting those capital efficiency gains of V3. Um, so hooks. So developers can attach solidity logic to the swap lifecycle through hooks. So the logic is executed before and or after major operations such as pool creation, um, liquid addition and removal, swapping and donations. Hooks are deployed contract and are called by the Uniswap v4 pool manager for permissionless execution. So think of hooks the way you think of hooks here, the way you think of React hooks too. The way they can easily just like know when to act at the specific setup, for example, in your React lifecycle. So it kind of is a similar thing here. So I think there will be like a swap lifecycle according to what they mentioned here. So the
Mm-hmm.
logic is then executed, before and after. So it's kind of like a trigger. Um, before and after major operations, like you could have a hook that you've created to act immediately on pool creation, maybe on liquidity addition or if liquidity is removed, maybe on swap or maybe on donation. So
Yeah,
flexibility of yeah,
the hooks. Yeah, I think the hooks are usually like aware of like those actions, so it's easier to like know when to perform what basically. So
exactly.
uh, yeah,
Yeah, also flexibility of hooks can enable limit orders, custom oracles, fee management, automated liquidity management. Okay, let's dive into this. So dynamic fees. So Uniswap V4 supports dynamic fees, allowing pools to adjust their fees up and down. While other AMMs, automated market makers, may have hard-coded logic for dynamic fees, V4 provides no opinionated calculation of the fee. The frequency of liquidity fee updates is also flexible and determined by the developer. Fee updates can occur on every swap, every block, or an arbitrary schedule, weekly, monthly, yearly. Dynamic keys open up the design space for fee optimization, value redistribution, and research. Um, okay. Single T design. I think here they're just listing like features of what V4 has.
yeah.
Architecturally, all pool state and operations are managed by a single contract, pool manager or sole. Uh, which in this case is Solidity. The sole is Solidity. The singleton design provides major gas savings. For example, creating a pool is now a state update instead of the deployment of a new contract. Swapping through multiple pools no longer requires transferring tokens for intermediate pools. Okay. Flash accounting. By leveraging AIP 1153, one of the Ethereum AIPs, transient storage, V4 provides an optimization referred to as flash accounting. Swapping liquidity modification and donations, swapping liquidity modifications and swapping liquidity modification and donations in Q balance changes. I tokens to be sent in and tokens to be sent out. Okay, okay.
I just looked up that singleton design. So
Yeah, yeah.
so apparently it means it's like refers to a class that is designed to have only one instance throughout the
Mm-hmm.
application's life cycle. So the single instance is often used to manage the shared resources or
Yeah.
provide a power access point for specific
Mm-hmm.
functionality.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Is
So
this by single contract? Okay, the single design provides major gas savings. For example, creating police now. Okay. So
yeah.
so it means everything is like centralized on this pool manager.
So
Uh,
yeah, exactly. So any sort of anything involving pools kind of just happens there. So it may just be like an update or maybe a tweak to a certain logic, or no, not logic, rather to a certain I guess flow or something in a different direction. So instead of you having to say I don't know, deploy or go to another pool or create another set of pool to say I don't know, updates pool state or something like that, if that makes any sense. Everything just
yeah,
happens like here. You just have one pool per like uh per setup.
yeah, it makes sense. Uh,
Pool setup, yeah, pool setup rather. Yeah, so I was talking about transient storage. So they were saying tokens can be sent in and out, sent in and tokens to be taken out. Okay, in chaos balance changes, yeah. With flash accounting, these balance changes are efficiently recorded in transient storage and netted against each other. This system allows users to only pay the final balance charge without need for solving intermediate balance changes. Pay the final balance change, yeah. So native ETH. Uniswap V4 supports native token assets Ether without the need to wrap or unwrap the native token to wrapped Ether. So yeah, with Uniswap V4 you can actually just work directly with like Ethers.
yeah,
Without, but in most other cases you may need to convert to either with um
yeah, like in the
let me
um, native scenario, like when you're using like from the browser's object, you have to like convert to
yeah.
to because that's like the
So
standard.
Yeah, so WED stands for like wrapped ether, an Nigerian token that represents a native ether on a one-on-one basis, and it's primarily used to interact with DeFi apps and stuff and DEXs. On the ETH blockchain, native ETH is not an ARC token. So by wrapping ETH into WED, users gain the ability to trade ETH um directly and utilize their ether holdings within
Mm-hmm.
like the ecosystem of ERC20 tokens. So yeah,
Yeah.
so because of the lack of um direct support of Ether before as an ERC token, people had to like all these dexes and DeFi apps always have to like first convert it to like worth to be able to
Yeah.
then trade it and use it. But now with Uniswap V4, you can actually just use Ether directly according to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
So wrapped Ether with nine. So custom accounting. The flexibility of custom accounting allows developers to alter token amounts for swaps and liquidity modifications. To alter token amounts for swaps and liquidity modifications. This feature opens up the design space for hooks to charge fees or forgo the underlying liquidity model. Um, okay.
So does this mean
Example is
the
yeah,
liquidity can like be controlled um, from
yeah,
like transactions and stuff?
yeah.
Uh, okay, example use case custom curves opt out of the concentrated liquidity curve, okay, in favor of an entirely independent pricing mechanism.
Pricing mechanisms. Hook swap fees, charge and collect fees on swap, so you can actually make money, kind of from your hooks that you built on Uniswap.
Li-
Um,
during
the liquidity withdrawal fees penalize or even um distribute fee revenue. So there's like a lot of flexibility essentially what they are saying here. So you can alter token amounts for like swaps, how much you charge or something like that, and make your own custom decisions on some of these like pricing on your pricing mechanism for some of the operations as they happen, say via your hooks or essentially via your hooks, since that's how like you sort of like hook into this entire life cycle and stuff. Maybe with your dynamic fees also, like you can set your fees and a few other things. Essentially what they are saying. So they're essentially just telling you that there's so much flexibility now that you may be able to do that all these things are example use cases of things that could
yeah.
happen. Yeah,
And also the liquidity withdrawal, I just checked and it's like different from the actual like network fee.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
yeah, so it's like a way to even generate and distribute revenue.
Yeah, exactly. So quick start, I guess. Because we're not in deployment right now. But quick start, we can at least create um
Create a pool. Yeah,
yeah.
but I think we would need to think we need to do some setup either ways.
Yeah, so that's why I'm here on this guide rather. So before writing the hook, according to what they're saying here, let's have a local environment properly configured, e.g. deploying pool manager, utility routers, and test tokens. At the end of this guide, the development environment will be set up to be used to build the rest of the examples in the guide section of the docs. To get started as quickly as possible for building Uniswap V4 hooks, there's a quick start section below to clone a boilerplate and it gets building. To start from scratch and learn the underlying concepts, jump to the start from scratch section. Uh, then start from scratch. So,
Setting up Foundry. Fudge. Mm,
set up a new Foundry project. Follow the Foundry book for installation. Once Foundry is set up, initialize the new project. Um, okay, this one is a setup from scratch, or you can do a
yeah.
quick start. But I think we can. I guess we can do this. So let's check out Foundry. Using Foundry up. Um, of the Foundry toolchain. So we can easily just run this command in our CLI. Let me share my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So let's install Foundry. Okay, so it's currently installing. Okay, I think that just finished installing. Um, as I said, wait, one in Libya has been not found. We need to install it.
Man.
Um, okay,
Oh,
so
you have to
that's
go to.
to start a new terminal to use Foundry Up. Okay, but wait, I think Foundry Up already exists now. Um,
So
so
you
I'm not exactly sure.
try to run the command, the init command to initialize a new.
Okay, this one, yeah. Um, let me show my. Okay, I'm not showing my entire screen. Maybe I can share.
So there was one on the
Are you referring to this command?
yes,
This
yes,
one.
yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
the one
so
that's yeah, favorite it.
check into the directory first. Yeah, so I don't think Forge currently exists in our CLI, so we need to actually still install Forge from maybe see if I'm missing out on a command that's supposed to get us Forge on our machine. Okay, so I see we can install Forge from what I see here.
Okay. Um, I don't know. Your screen is a bit tiny. Are you like zoomed out?
Is this good now?
Uh, a bit. Can you zoom in a bit? Like zoom in more. Uh,
What do you think of this?
yeah, this is better.
Okay, so yeah, I was thinking of installing. So running this Foundry up will automatically install all the latest binaries and stuff. Oh wait, so they said to just run Foundry up.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so now that so I'll just run Foundry up like this. Ah, so now we'll
Oh,
get Forge, I think.
oh, he actually even like downloads install some other dependencies.
Yeah,
I
so I
think.
think now we'll get Forge in the CLI now. So what is Foundry up? Let's be sure it's a smart contract dev toolchain. Manages your dependencies, compiles your project, runs tests, deploys, and lets you interact with the chain from the command line. Um, and via
Solidity
Solidity
script.
scripts. Yeah, this is pretty dope. Reminds me of Hard Hats. I don't know if you've used Hard Hats before. It's a very similar sort of setup.
Um, yeah, I've actually heard it, but I've not actually used it before.
Yeah, it's pretty dope actually. They tend to like have all these SDKs in Web3 that allow you to like write contracts and stuff. Uh, so
Mm.
so according to what you're saying here, it's install some a lot of these things like Anvil, Casts, Chisel on your machine. Also, this has Viper support, and you can integrate it with others too. Um, you can integrate it with VS Code, editor setup, and extensions. You can integrate it to your CI/CD pipeline and stuff too. That's pretty dope, actually. I mean, that's one of the things you would want, right?
Mm-hmm.
For your setup, for an SDK rather, so that if you're running like your own CI/CD pipeline stuff, you can just easily have it there. So I'm just going to start running these commands now. So I'm going to set up a simple counter Uniswap hook. So that was set up. I mean, let me open this with cursor. Uh, mm, just let me know when you cannot see my screen. Okay, so now that we have that, now we have to install Uniswap v4 core and v4 periphery contracts as dependencies. So that's what that command does. So I'm just going to run that also. So that command is currently installing dependencies for us.
Yeah.
Well, so far, what do you think, though?
It's pretty cool actually, but I'm not really conversant with like most of these packages, but I think as like the more you get into like stuff like this, to get the better and more easier it is for you to get through. Uh, and the docs is pretty good to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So I think sometimes most of like these Web3 crypto projects, uh, sometimes the docs is not their docs are not all that great. So you tend to like
Yeah,
jump into loopholes a lot of the time. So you try
yeah,
to
but
figure out how.
V4, but Uniswaps is pretty good though.
Yeah, so it's well documented and detailed. And I like how they separated like the versions, right? Because that's also important because at times you might be reading through a docs that is probably like for an older version and some stuff doesn't
Exactly.
work like on that version and then you are like what is happening.
Yeah, exactly. Also, the thing with them is that the thing with them with like these versions are that you may not want to use wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's like you're breaking or I might it's like it's my network. Uh I don't know.
Can you still hear me
But I can hear you
right now?
now.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, you know.
So I said the thing
I
with
can
all
hear
these
you.
versions is that you may not need specific features from one version um
Mm-hmm.
to implement for a certain thing. So you can actually just get what am I saying? You actually just get like uh depending on what you need, you can just like easily set up that version on your machine and stuff. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Uh but but yeah, so I have this already installed. Now I can set up remappings according to what they said here. So let's just run this command also. So is there remappings.txt file? I'm going to open a project. It's an open source and it's counter hook. So there's a remappings.txt actually. Nice. Um, so a few of these are like, from what I'm seeing, they're like dependency setups or something like that. Okay. So there's something wrong with it. You can just copy these. Now yeah, we'll remove the default counter.so that comes with
Network.
so it's a simple counter in Solidity. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes,
So
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
yeah. So I was saying that they want us to remove the default counter, but I want us to like read this real quick because a simple counter in Solidity looks like this. Um, first you start by
Okay.
like setting up like the Solidity. Um,
Pragma security.
yeah. You start by setting up the Solidity version
Is
and
this like the package, like function? Okay.
yeah, you start by like
Okay.
setting up the Solidity version that you're using at the top, and then you can easily just write your contract like this. So to be a counter contract, you set the data type of number that you'll be using, because in this case um we're increasing number is what will be increasing rather. And we can write the function inside our contract called set new number. You pass in the data type also, so uint 256 new number, and then public for the function, because I don't know, I don't think it has to be a private function that does something. So number just equals new number, and then there will be a separate increment function. So there's a set new number and there's the increment function of that. So increments just calls number plus plus, and set new number just takes whatever number is now and changes that. So that's a simple number contract in Solidity.
Yeah, and I think the increment also works like in JavaScript, the plus plus stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yes, so that's the fun thing about like Solidity. It's so similar to
In JavaScript,
JS. Yeah,
yeah,
it's like very, very, or even TypeScript in short. It's like super similar to them, like the setup and everything.
yeah.
So yeah, so they want us to give me a sec. So next they want us to remove that counter.
Okay. Can you share live share link so that
Okay,
I
yeah,
can
sure,
open?
sure. Yeah, sure. Give me a sec. Let me just open this and um actually I'll need to open this in VS Code. So come back here and code dot.
Okay.
Instead of cursor that we're using here. Bro, AI is taking over like so many things right now, bro. Like my
I
terminal,
wanted to
my
ask,
editors,
are you
my
able,
editors right now are AI powered, bro. Yeah.
are you able to like install extensions like on Cursor?
Oh yeah, you can install extensions on Cursor. I actually even migrated my extensions from Cursor.
Oh,
So but I don't think live share works on it because I've tried it once. Maybe I just need to retry it again. So I just
uh,
sent you the link in private chat.
all right. Boom, 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 boom. That's it.
So apparently this line of code that was that is on top of your contracts. So you see one commented out line of code. Let me share my screen. Um, wait, let me go from private chat. So let me share my screen right real quick. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see
Joining.
my screen?
Uh,
Okay, I just saw that you joined.
yeah,
Yeah. So
it's loading. Okay.
yeah, so this line of code here means that just is like a denoter or denotes rather that your code is not doesn't have an open source license. Um, so
Oh,
that yeah, wow, it's like
so
super
what
cool to be
is it?
honest.
SPD?
Yeah, I actually don't know what
What's the full meaning of
SPDX means.
this?
I don't know what SPDX means.
Uh,
Let me check.
XPDS. Oh, it's like a license. Linux Foundation project. Oh, system package data
Software
exchange.
package data exchange.
Yeah, software
Standardized way
package.
to communicate licenses and copyright information for software projects. Wow, that's nice. Interesting. Tells you exactly what license terms apply to that code. So in this case, um, it says unlicensed. That is, we don't have any license right now for the code. So there's no confusion about whether or not there is like restrictions on whether or not you can use that code in any means that you mean in any capacity that you want. So essentially,
Yeah.
an unlicensed code just means you can use it anyhow, I guess.
Hmm. But you probably don't want to have something
Oh
like
wait.
this with, like
Oh yeah.
uh,
Also, okay, that means that like others cannot use your code though without permission.
okay, what covers is that like part of it being on license or what?
Yeah,
Or,
exactly. But you own like the full rights to that code.
uh,
That's pretty cool, I guess. Um okay, so yeah, let's remove the default counter or so. So we're now going to write this in Uniswap, um following their command there. So that has been removed now. Missed the old counter already. It's gone now. So now we are going to create a simple a new counter or so inside the source file. I don't know why we had to remove it first. We could have just emptied the file, to be honest. Um, so no counter hook dot so we're going to call it the hook counter hook. According to what they said, counter hook.
and
Yeah. Also, they said to add something to the foundry dot toml file after removing. I think I skipped over that. So we actually need to add this to the foundry dot toml file. Let me see. Yeah, that was not added before. So I think I need to add this to the bottom like this.
file through.
Okay. Uh,
So this is
okay. So
okay. This is okay.
so it says we can compile a basic hook contract. So I can copy paste this here. Now this is here now. So we're getting a ton of errors from our code. File not found, a lot of errors right there.
Yeah.
So we're going to build this um
Yeah.
with the Forge compiler. But give me a sec. Maybe in the meantime you can like walk people through the code. Give me a sec. I need to go and um do something real
Okay.
quick.
Okay. Sure. I don't know. We still share.
Feel free to share your screen. Yeah.
Okay. Um. So we have a lot of errors, and I think we have to run the command to like do the installation. Although I think all of them are going to be like saved on this foundry file, foundry.toml. But let's walk through the code a bit. So we have contract counter hook. So this is coming from a base hook. So where is this coming from? Okay, there's a base hook that we can build up from, I guess. So so using pool ID library for pool key, note state variables should typically be unique to a pool. A single hook contract should be able to serve multiple pools. Oh, okay. So this is like going back to the what was that the identity stuff, right, that we saw in the beginning. I can't remember the name. But typically you should have like a single hook contract to be able to serve for like multiple pools. So so mapping pool ID, okay, count, before swap count. Where is this coming from? Before swap count. Mm, Okay, we have before swap delta. This is different. After, oh, I think this is like a mapping, like mapping through an array or something. We take the pool
Uh,
ID, fit against this. We also have before add liquidity count. So it's also a mapping as well, from this pool ID. Um, okay, let's see. So constructor I pool. Oh, so we are back.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So I'm just
Okay.
trying to
So
see where these are coming from. So we have so pool ID and pool ID library. So my guess is that we're trying to map over this and returning this before swap count. Although I'm not entirely sure where this is coming from.
oh no,
Um,
I think are we returning that or calling it though?
yeah, so I think we are returning it.
Oh, so it's a variable we're creating then from
Mm-hmm.
somewhere.
I don't think, yeah. So public, I don't think we're actually calling it. So we're creating the variables here after mapping over this pool ID.
So it says at the top, state variables should typically be unique to a pool. A single contract should be able to service multiple pools. Um,
Yeah, so this was like in relation to that stuff we saw earlier.
yeah.
The I can't remember. I actually looked at that stuff. It was like identity, something about identity. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
So
the
yeah,
ID.
these are like state variables. You're right. So
Mm-hmm,
these are like new variables that are created. Yeah.
exactly. So
Oh, so the mappings track how many times specific operations have occurred per for each of the pools for
oh,
every pool. So but they're like state variables anyways. So every pool
oh,
ID has its own counters. So these guys are like used to check specific details per pool that you are currently interacting with.
oh, makes sense now. Makes
Yeah,
sense. So we have like for okay, this is before swap, after swap, and also before
yeah.
liquidity.
For
Uh,
any pool you're working with. Yeah,
mhm.
exactly. So
Yeah.
and there's hook permissions, which is the get hook permissions function.
Mm.
There's like a bunch of like details after it, like public, pure, override, returns. Actually, this is like a lot. So the function declares which pool events this hook wants to
This
intercept.
is like the okay, this is from hooks. Okay, this oh okay, okay. So this is a package from this.
Yeah,
So we just
yeah.
need to pass in these parameters.
So yeah, the
Oh,
function
okay.
declares
After
which pool event this hook would like to intercept. So the ones that are true are the ones that the hook wants to intercept. So before and after swaps. And,
oh,
ergo ergo the
those are the ones
counter.
that we have state variables
Yeah,
for. So
before
before, after,
liquidity and yeah, exactly.
before,
So essentially,
before.
the ones that map that match these variable names are the ones we actually want to care about for the hook permissions. So all these things are like already made flags that exist in
Yeah.
every pool. So we can easily just use Uniswap to like enable which ones we want to like keep track of and stuff. So and in this our case is before and after swap, as well as before liquidity and before add liquidity and before remove liquidity.
And
So
I
the
think
rest will stay.
why we are even able to access this hooks permission is because
Yeah.
we are like extending from this base hook. So
Yeah, yeah. So it's an inheritance. So the base hook
exactly.
as like is the base class setup essentially for in a solidity from a solidity perspective. So we are able to
Yeah.
like create our own contract hook based on counter hook rather based on that base yeah whatever yeah.
Hmm. So it makes sense. Uh, so it means that for some reason, if we want to even track like
More
this, other,
things.
yeah, we could
Yeah, we
just
can
add
just enable them.
variable there and enable them.
Yeah.
Makes sense. CI hooks dot so for function documentation. Is there any I hooks dot so?
Guessing that would be somewhere inside um the lib or something like that. I don't know. It would be like a call file or something, or somewhere. For they said for function documentation. So these are already existing functions, I'm guessing. So we are not the ones creating them. I guess that's
Yeah.
what the underscore means.
Mm-hmm.
Um so
So
before
before,
swap, so yeah.
yeah, I'm just like going through it. So these ones
Oh
are
yeah.
even.
Oh, it could mean that they are private though.
Mm, yes, I think so. But they are like methods under this custom hook. So what I'm thinking is uh, the naming would probably be the same, right? But what happens is when you define a function, right, for before swap, there will probably be like a default method. So this one is like overwriting that default one.
Yeah, so yeah, method overriding, yeah, you're right. So there's like an existing one. So the base hook is like an interface. So as we're writing all these ones, we're overriding existing logic that exists
Yeah.
in that one. So it's like an abstract class, essentially. Um.
So address.
So yeah. Yeah, and the reason for that underscore is because like these functions are internal functions, not that they are private.
Oh, okay. Internal means they
You can
don't want to expose.
accessible within the contract,
Okay. Oh, so they can be called in like other places within this.
within this contract here.
Oh,
And yeah, so now what we are doing here is essentially method overriding. So you can even see it here with this value and this internal, yeah, being called out. And then these are the parameters that the function expects. The address, pool key. Also one more thing to call out here. What we did here by using by having using pool ID library for pool key is that we're mapping sort of like let me see how they put it here. So what that does is that it attaches functions from pool ID library to the pool key type. So wherever we use pool key, we have a lot of the features that exist from pool ID library,
mm-hmm.
which is coming from, I'm guessing pool ID library is coming from the base hook.
Yeah, from the base.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, it's a library attachment. Also, what was I? Yeah, so as I said, these are like internal functions. So essentially, what they are doing here is overriding. So before swap count, key dot to ID plus plus. Interesting.
okay,
Um,
so we're increasing. Wait, let me see. Before swap count. Okay.
so yeah,
Oh.
sorry, we're creating parameters here. So there's pool key call data key, ipool
Mm-hmm.
manager dot swap swarms call data, bytes call data. So these are like the parameters we're like expecting that this function can accept rather. Internal override. This returns bytes for before swap delta and uint 24. So the swap before swap counts key, which is this value, then the to ID. I can call it to as a to ID method with it. So you can just increase that, and then we can return basic dot before swap the
Before swap.
selector, and
Mm-hmm.
then before swap delta dot zero delta, then zero, which is this final uint 24. I don't exactly think this thing makes sense to me.
But why?
Maybe
Maybe confused. So why are we returning? Oh, please hold the before swap. Wait. Mm, should I just delete this? Okay. The before swap. Um, just select the before swap data library. The
okay.
zero
So I
dot.
saw something. So according to what, so for example, with this before swap line, um, uh, parameters, although some of them are not being used right here, we just have them there. So address is like the address, the user is initiating the swap. with no, sorry, the user initiating the swap rather is this address, that is the user that is calling the contract to maybe even do a to maybe activate that before swap um
Yeah.
internal function. And then pool key, call data key is the pool the swap is happening in. So that every pool would have like maybe their own tokens or sort of like liquidity and everything, and that sort of this key sort of IDs what pool you are doing that swapping. And then
Mm-hmm.
I manager of swap params or call data swaps details like amount, direction, so details for like the amount you are swapping, and the direction you're swapping to, or something like that.
Direction is like the
This manages.
address of
Yeah.
like where you're swapping to.
Yeah.
Like the direction doesn't mean like the address or something of where you're swapping to. Or
No, I think either you're swapping from like ETH to USDC, or ETH to
oh, okay, okay, okay.
yeah.
That's
So
okay.
direction, yeah.
Okay.
Bytes core data, additional hook data, but they are not actually using so many of this data here. So now the logic is that well, first what we're doing on this line is first to start by converting the pool key to a pool ID. So that's why we are calling key.toID
Mm-hmm.
with this function here. And then when I increment the counter for this specific pool right here. So it
Yeah.
looks like we're calling an
Key,
array
key is like
an
the
array inside this.
identifier to know what pool ID to add this swap counts to, if that makes sense.
What do you say?
So I'm saying the key dot to ID is like the identifier to know what pool to
Yeah, exactly.
actually before swap counts for, and
Yeah,
then you return
exactly.
value.
But I think what we did up here was that we declared a bunch of arrays.
Yes. So those arrays are like what to be holding um
Oh, okay. They
value.
said it's more okay. They said mappings are more like um a hash table or a dictionary. So they're like more like JavaScript objects essentially.
Oh, okay.
So
So
that's why they
what?
have IDs, I guess.
Oh, we're mapping the IDs to the count, like the number.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, pull ID and then count. But okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. So it means that when they are being stored, they're essentially stored along with like the pool ID. So maybe you want to retrieve a specific count, you can use the ID to access
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Oh, makes sense.
So what we did here was like we created a bunch of like JavaScript objects or something, and then you can use the ID to sort of identify a specific count
Mm-hmm.
for a specific variable. So as the value increases, maybe when you call the maybe when you make function calls that trigger any of these internal functions,
Mm-hmm.
this keeps increasing, but it keeps that same ID, so that you know the exact value that that value has in a specific pool. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So essentially, that's what it means.
Well, I don't really understand why we need to like pass. Why we need to return this.
Yeah, I think it's
Uh,
because of this return type here.
okay. Unit 24. So we're returning.
So that will help us to confirm that the function actually executed, or else it will actually break in according to what I'm saying. So what this does is that what these mean is that this confirms that the function has been executed. The first one, basically the swap before the before swap dot selector, and this one doesn't modify the swap amount. So whatever amount you're like swapping with, it just stays constant. And then zero just means that there's no additional fees. So I mean, any of these operations should not cost fees, right?
Mhm.
So I guess that's what that means.
Um, so it's very similar also for this as well after swap.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
only this we're only returning
To
this
verify
validation.
that the operation happened.
Yeah.
So So we're only returning bytes for those.
Yep, yep, yep. Mm,
This is actually pretty dope, to be honest.
yeah. So before add liquidity, this is a bit different. So we're collecting address, pool key, called data key,
Mm-hmm.
uh, IPO manager, the modify liquidity params called data.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this one
Mm-hmm.
is specifically liquidity params. So it's returning um byte called data. Is it returning
No,
this
no,
or is just
no. It's
this is part
returning.
of
No,
it?
that's part of the parameters. Yeah, it's returning
Returning
just bytes
bytes.
for.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So before add liquidity count, so you do your normal increment, and then you
Mm-hmm.
return base hook dot before. Okay, that's like the byte stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. And then the same for before remove liquidity.
Yeah.
So you pass address pool key called data key,
Mm-hmm.
IPO manager dot modify liquidity params called data. And
Yeah.
return by four as well. So I think
True.
it's pretty straightforward. Um, we just need to figure out how to like I guess install this. So this one I was going through the turmoil. What is it? Foundry.toml.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to run a command that does because this is like the package. This
Yeah.
is what like controls manages the
Oh, I
package.
need to run a command to like install them. Those guys.
Yeah,
Is that why I
yeah,
seen the red?
exactly.
Okay, so what command do we run to install those now? Do we remap or something? Uh, from dependencies work nicely. Um, wait. So you're saying compiling doesn't work right now? Well, let me try.
Yeah, can you try to do it for me? Okay.
Oh yeah, it will fail with these commands.
Yeah,
Uh, okay. Oh, so it says to check configured remappings. Do
yeah.
we need to? Is that what we actually need to do? Let me just confirm. Okay, so I'm trying to see how we can sort of like, is it forge install we need to do?
Yeah, we can try that. The mappings of TX. But I'm thinking I'm dating dependencies.
That's all this does.
Nah, I don't think that worked.
Mm, so we have a bunch of these files missing, and they are coming from V4 core. Okay, there's
Yeah,
a file here called V4 core. Um, is there a hooks.sol inside?
yeah,
Hooks.sol. Okay, inside like source libraries, um,
types.
hooks. Yeah, all these files, all these things exist here. So why are we getting these errors? Mm,
Are you also
why?
getting my?
What do you say?
Are you also getting the errors from your end?
Yeah, I can see
Cause,
the red lines.
okay.
Do we
'Cause
need to
I'm thinking,
build, or what do we need to do? Yeah.
I was thinking it was probably because we're like sharing through live share. Maybe it's
No,
not
no, no,
updating.
no, no. I can actually see it from my end too.
Okay. Uh,
Trying to. I mean, all the dependencies have been installed.
mm-hmm. Most
But
of the
let's see.
so before swap delta, balance delta, what's the down? Okay.
Why would they lead us into a rabbit hole? Uh, actually, if
I
they knew
put
what was going to happen.
I command balance interface. I command I
Just one command, just one command, just one
just
command.
get that's what I wanted to wait one sec. Checking for it. Um,
Uh, okay, we have the remappings. Um, but let me see if I can get the Solidity extension. Okay, I do have the extension. Okay, that's why everything is like highlighted and shit. Wait, so view problem is that a thing? It searched every location. There's no way it has searched every location. Forge updates. Maybe this will fix it.
okay, let's see.
Yeah, I don't think that even did anything. Maybe we need to install these dependencies.
How do we install them? But they're already existing, like they are pointing to a valid
Yeah, I
what's it
actually
called?
don't know. Don't know.
And it's quite surprising that this particular one on top, um, the base hook, it doesn't don't get error for this one.
Oh, maybe we
Uh,
can just check out. We can just check out the templates they had on the website. Actually,
okay, templates on what website here?
yeah, this one. At the top of the docs, you see a template that they gave us.
Templates. I can't see.
They no,
Well,
they gave us a template. They gave us a template with a repo link at the top. If you go to set up local environment, let me check your screen. Set up. Go to integrate Uniswap. Yeah, or set up your environment.
set up your environment where
Click on swaps. Let me see. No, it should be under V. Wait. What we've been doing is under V3 though, just so everyone knows. I don't think we actually were. Wait, no, sorry, it's in V4. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, go to scroll up. Yeah, no, not the SDK. Is it V4 protocol? Go
wait, are
back.
we even on?
The same docs. Let me just give you the link just to be. Um,
Oh, G4 protocol. It's not the SDK.
yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, you see that link to that GitHub link, that GitHub. Yeah, so just copy that. Yes, copy that GitHub.
Uh, yeah, sure.
No, you don't need to. Okay, I think you can just go to the original though. If you just went to GitHub directly,
Oh, but this is like asking me to like
create a template. No. If you
create.
went to the GitHub link directly, I don't think you need to. But you can just create a template too. So scroll down. So just go to that foundry.tom. Go to that. Go up. Go to that foundry.tom.
Mm,
Uh, Interesting.
Does this look like what we have here? One sec. Found it.
I have Cancun, out SRC. Okay. Are they using their own remappings.txt there? Oh, they are using it.
So they have like a bunch of stuff here. Oh, oh.
What's that?
I just know what we wait. Do we have
I don't
mappings?
think is
Oh,
our
we
own the
have
same as
everything here as well. No, not the same entirely, but I think most of the stuff that I needed are here. Um,
maybe we can just copy paste it.
mm,
Mm,
same,
okay, so
same.
one more. What other thing? We need to start pushing soon. Uh, with counter or so.
So it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing we have here. Uh, okay, still called counter in their own. They didn't call it counter hook.
Yeah.
That don't think it even matters. In this case though.
No, it doesn't. Wait, wait, wait. I just noticed something.
What's
So
that?
they're actually calling using like this alliance symbol. So maybe, just maybe.
Oh, with the art.
Yeah, but I don't think that. No, still not. Still doesn't work. So even if you add the art, so but this is very strange.
Maybe you need to run Foundry up again.
Uh, very very blah 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 blah. Link bookmates Uniswap book.
Yeah, we have like almost the exact same thing.
Yeah. Did we install this Forge install? Did we run all these commands?
Yeah, we actually ran everything.
That's crazy. The mappings. Hmm. So to confirm the environment is configured, blah 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 blah. I just think we're missing something. And the build error doesn't help that much. Just
No
says
matter
enough.
if the files exist at the right location, everything should actually work.
Hmm. Can
Ah,
we copy?
yes, site
Um,
issue. I think I may have found the issue.
so
Maybe
I
they do need to update their docs though.
okay. What's the issue?
So we need to fix our remappings I guess to just follow what they had on the docs or something.
Or we are not properly calling this from lib. We should
Have
start.
you done
I
like
mean,
have you done like have you reversed the imports to what they were before?
yes, yes. So I think I figured it out. So the routing wasn't correct. So we
To those
needed to,
files, right?
yeah, we
Exactly.
needed from lib.
Yeah, the like parts were not correct.
Yeah,
So lib has to be there exactly.
yeah.
I also
So
just fixed the remapping. I just fixed the remapping.txt too. To have like a lib. So if you look at the remapping.txt, I fixed like a bunch of the issues there. Um
uh,
to have like lib in front of it.
okay,
And it's
format.
right on their docs even. Let me just copy what they have here. Paste it here. Okay, yeah, so I think this fixed it. So now we can forge build.
So we can build now.
Uh wait,
Um,
what? Identifier not found or not
found.
unique. Why is it not found? Or
Um,
are we importing from the wrong place? IPO manager, right? Does it
yeah.
link? So what with that, according to what you are importing, we are going to go to V4 core, go to interfaces. Is there any such thing as interfaces?
Mm-hmm.
Source interfaces. Then inside there we should see IPO manager. So
Yeah,
this looks correct, right?
it is. So, but
But it's saying the
why?
IPO manager does swap params is the one that does not exist. So is there no such thing as swap params?
No, no, it doesn't say it doesn't exist. It said identifier not found or not unique. So it could be like maybe it's like it's showing like same identifier for like multiple. Uh,
Really? But it's in one function though.
That's why I'm surprised as well. So,
Oh
but
no, it's
let's
saying
see
that it's
if
not being found according to what I'm saying. It's saying that it's not being found.
hypo manager.
Is there no swap params there? Maybe by chance. Let me see if there's a swap params.
Mm,
Oh, there's swap params. There's swap params.
mm-hmm.
I don't know why we're even getting this many errors from just running compile, bro. We only want to compile, bro. Like what the hell, what is going on?
Like just a simple build.
Like
Um,
bro, this thing is bugging, bro. So line 51. We're not even are we using it even? We can just remove it. I think.
I think it's required, but remove it and see. I don't think you can.
Okay, now let's try again, see what happens. Okay, now these ones are throwing errors now that they are not unique. Okay, maybe everybody that is not unique should just go and rest. Oh my god, what?
Function has override specified, but does not override anything. Is it overriding? Doesn't
What is base
not
hook? The what is
to
it does not
override.
override anything for you, bro. Like that why do we have the override then? What is even this error? What is even these errors we are seeing, bro? This compiler is so messed up.
Yet, like you say, it's not doesn't override anything. If it's not overriding anything, that should that be a problem? Just move on now. Cause why are we even? And I don't even think that most of these parameters are even being passed or
Wait,
being
if we
used.
check base hook, do we actually see before swap inside? So I'm inside base hook right now. Let me see if I'll see it before swap. Oh my god, it's overriding something now. Why would they say it's not overriding anything? This is before swap. This is after swap. Uh, so it is definitely overriding stuff. Look at the stuff is overriding now. Oh wait,
After
hook not implemented. Oh wait, okay, wait, yeah, that's if the hook is not being implemented. So if we remove override now, would we even be overriding anything?
mm-hmm.
Can I let me comment it out? Let's see what happens. Maybe to throw another error like internal does not exist. Bro, I just want to compile. It's not like like just compile for me, bro. Okay, wow, now it compiles. That was such a weird merry-go-round. I'm going to return everything that we deleted because this code even feels weird now that we don't have all those things again. It feels
Mm-hmm.
like bad code.
So to even know why those things were even giving that, like giving those weird errors, because I think from like I just when I was checking like this base hook, a
Mm,
lot of all things they are like being called here, so I don't know why it's not recognizing them or something.
but yeah, it
But
compiled and we got an out folder that has like a bunch of these hooks there already. So I'm guessing this is what the hooks would look like when deployed on chain. So they'll have like so this is how they will exist as okay, these are their ABIs for each of the hook contracts. Um, so these are the hooks we are going to be like deploying. The counter hook, the soul has an ABI. It has a pool manager right here. You can see that um it's calling this pool manager thing. Pool
mhm.
key, a bunch of the details actually exist within these hooks in a very messy JSON. But this is what the compilation output is. And
I can't see it on my end. Is it? I think it's probably
no, go to
taken.
the out folder. Yeah, open that out folder. It doesn't exist for you yet. Maybe it's coming
Yeah.
up. Yeah, somebody's asking if this will be recorded. Yeah, it will be recorded. Actually, your comments are just coming in. Sorry. Yeah, it will be recorded because it's a stream, yeah. So you can just watch it anytime. We can deploy this locally, but I think we've like spent too much time trying to debug what that error was. So we can actually just run this locally with an RPC URL and using Anvil apparently. So this is pretty cool. I like this
Can you see the
foundry then.
screen how the output looks like? Because I don't
Oh,
know if
okay,
it's
yeah.
even uh
So this is what I was
taking.
referring to inside the out folder. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
So this is what the
Oh,
out folder kind of looks like. For example, this counter hook. So now, this is the ABI for what the contract looks like. Um,
mm,
so
okay.
these are the functions you can call, the inputs that they expect. So when you deploy it on chain, you kind of like see that you can interact with many of these functions. Maybe if you call like the RPC endpoint to interact with this specific contract, you'll see that it has a bunch of functions. That all the functions we created essentially exist within this um counter hook.json's contracts right here. So with their data types and everything. So yeah, this was the output folder for everything.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And you can see the pool manager here, the type, the internal type, pool manager and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it has um all the pool manager stuff that we had integrated to
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So yeah, this is what I was referring to with Anvil. So with Anvil, you can actually run like instead of running your writing unit test that we can use to test if everything is working right, you can just run a local node also with Anvil and test and deploy the contracts to your own machine and just like test them locally. But we may not be able to do that, but at least we're able to like sort of go through V4.
Yeah,
You can even test out V2, V1 also protocols. I like their docs, really well put together. And I love that I was able to get my hands dirty with like Uniswap. So but yeah, this was like super fun. fun. I definitely learned a lot, like to be honest, especially
Yeah.
with Solidity and understanding sort of how pools and Uniswap sort of thinks about many of these things. What do you think?
Yeah, same here. I like most of this stuff are like completely new to me, so it was a very good learning experience. So I think he sort of like point out to the essence of having like a predefined system, I would say, right? So like a predefined pattern of writing these contracts and getting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it makes sense, right, to some extent. Although there are still some things I would even want to do, like personal research on my end, to sort of
Hmm.
figure out how those things works underneath. So
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
just yeah, it's just the foundation knowledge that counts
yeah.
the
But
most. So
also on that note, I'm currently enrolled in like Uniswap's incubator for learning about Uniswap and DeFi stuff. So I'm still going
uh,
to be like doing some learning on my own side later on though. But actually this is my first ever time like doing this though. I've never actually written any Uniswap code before. But it was actually cool to see that some of the things we are talking about in class, like you being able to have like so many of these things from the SDK directly, to easily just you see the way we did the counter, for example.
mhm,
A lot of the things we did, we were just implementing from an interface. We didn't actually write any new code whatsoever. We're just writing existing templatey code with a few tweaks here and there. It was
yeah,
like really cool to see actually.
hmm, definitely.
But
Uh,
yeah, that's all from my end.
mhm, yeah, when stream,
No use in the
good.
chat.
W,
All right.
yeah. Awesome. So we had like three comments today. Okay, nice. Uh, Although I saw like most of the comments very late, so we usually have interaction mostly from LinkedIn. Ade Adibaki Olujimi. Thank you for turning up. This will definitely be recorded and you can like get access to it on YouTube.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure,
uh,
definitely.
that as well. Yeah.
Just check it out online and go. Everything is recorded everywhere. Everywhere it's streaming, so it's actually recorded. So you don't need to. You didn't actually maybe miss the stream. You can just watch it on your own time. But
Yeah.
thank you all for coming here. 60 plus of you actually watching today's stream. We appreciate you all very much.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, bye everyone.
Yeah. Bye.